as two men approached the throne. King Adeyemi didn't look up from his scroll. "Your Majesty," the first man announced, his voice booming with confidence. "I am Taiwo, former champion of the Northern Guard. I seek the honor of protecting your crown." He was impressive. Broad shoulders, arms like tree trunks, scars telling stories of battles won. Beside him stood someone else, smaller, quieter. "My name is Chidi, Your Majesty," he said softly. I also wish to serve." The king finally looked up, his eyes moving between them slowly. "The royal guard position is not filled by strength alone," he said. "It requires something deeper, something tested." He walked to a window overlooking the garden. "Behind the palace, you'll find two stones, ancient, unmovable. For 60 days, I want you to push them. Every morning, every evening, no excuses." Taiwo's chest swelled. "Consider it done, Your Majesty." Chidi just nodded, uncertainty in his eyes. Dawn broke over the palace garden. The stone sat there, half buried in earth. Taiwo circled the larger one like a predator. He cracked his knuckles, planted his feet, and drove his shoulder into it with everything he had. Nothing. He tried again. Veins bulging, face red, the stone didn't even tremble. 20 feet away, Chidi approached his stone differently. He placed both hands on its surface, feeling its rough texture. He pushed, gently at first, then with growing force. The stone remained perfectly still. Every morning, they were there. Taiwo attacked his stone with fury. Chidi simply showed up and pushed. By week 3, Taiwo's hands were bleeding. He'd wrap them in cloth, then tear it off in frustration. Chidi's hands bled too, but he wrapped them carefully each night and returned the next morning. On day 30, Taiwo stood before his stone, breathing hard. His muscles ached, but his pride hurt worse. He looked at Chidi, still pushing with quiet determination. "You know, this is insane, right?" Taiwo called out. "The king is mocking us. These stones are enchanted. I'm done." He turned to leave. "You should quit too. Save yourself the embarrassment." Chidi watched him go, then turned back to his stone and pushed. On day 45, Chidi sat in his quarters, staring at his hands. Calluses upon calluses. For what? Doubt crept in. He thought about coming home a failure. A tear rolled down his cheek. But when dawn broke, he was back at the stone. The 60th day arrived with just another sunrise. Chidi was there, as always, hands on the rock, legs braced, heart steady. He'd stopped expecting the stone to move. He pushed because that's who he was now. Footsteps approached. It was the king. "The rock still stands," he said. Chidi fell to one knee. "Your Majesty, I failed you. The stone hasn't moved. I gave everything I had." "But he stand up." "Chidi," the king circled the stone. "Tell me, did I ask you to move this stone?" Chidi blinked. You asked us to push it." "Exactly, push, not move." The king stepped closer. "Look at yourself, son." Chidi glanced down. His arms, once thin, now corded with muscle. His stance, once uncertain, now solid as the earth. 60 days ago, you couldn't look me in the eye. Now you stand with the bearing of a warrior. The king placed a hand on Chidi's shoulder. "The stone was never your enemy. It was your teacher. You think you failed because the mountain didn't move. But I see a man who moved himself, who became immovable. Taiwo was stronger, but he quit. You stayed. That's the difference between strength and character." He removed his royal cloak and draped it across Chidi's shoulders. "You are my personal guard, not because you moved a stone, but because you became one. Unshakable, unmovable, unwavering. Growth happens in the pushing, not in the moving." Thanks for watching.